The VSN Arcade Podcast.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is?
Minion! Draw the fire with your face!
Not the smartest way to greet the heavily armed group that just kicked in your door.
Head to virtualsportsnetwork.com and sign up for the forums today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of VSN Arcade Radio. This is episode number 80. We have a very special episode this week because we have not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 co-hosts here this week, as long as along for the ride. Me, the co-host of the show, JayDizzle. But without further ado, let me introduce everybody that's here on this round table this evening. Starting with the producer extraordinaire, Mr. Swarley. How you doing?
Not too shabby.
Good to hear, good to hear. Also, one-armed assassin himself, Mr. Nubb, how you doing?
Yo.
Also on for the ride this evening, the golden voice himself, Mr. Bomberooski. How are you?
What's up, fellas?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. And 2 very special guests that we have this evening. Head members of virtualsportsnetwork.com/forums, out for forums today. Number 1, Mr. Bill, how are you?
Doing great.
Good to hear. And number 2, for various reasons, the one, the only, Mr. Atlas. How are you?
I'm well.
Basically what we like to do here on this podcast, if you haven't listened to us before, we talk about video games, video game news, anything that has to do with that. Otherwise, we just bullshit for a couple of hours. We're going to try to keep it under an hour this week. We have an agenda. Basically, we're going to start with what we've been playing recently. Since we did last but not least, this week we're going to start with Atlas. What have you been playing recently, man?
Forza 5, I'm playing right now.
You joined the game?
I love it.
What do you think about those microtransactions?
Doesn't really bother me. It's not something that I buy anyway, so it doesn't affect me.
Nothing does. Nothing affects you.
Yeah, you're very monotone. Do the best I can.
Stone cold.
Atlas bot cannot be affected.
Nope. I'm gonna get you to do something dumb. I'm gonna make you say something retarded. Huh?
Looking forward to it.
This is my goal. I have welcome it. An hour to get you to do or say something retarded, or just get Pete mad. I'm gonna actually invite Pete into here just so we can watch that scorn lover routine.
The drama.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's move this right along. Bill, what have you been playing recently?
I've been playing Forza and Madden 25 on the PlayStation 4.
How's it play for next gen?
Madden 25 next gen is top shelf. Really excited about where this version is at. Is the jump off point? It's a lot better than the jump off point from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3 a few years ago.
So it definitely doesn't feel like a port, more like it was meant to be on next gen.
Yeah, it's absolutely more of a next gen game.
Very cool, very cool. Mr. Bomber, what have you been playing recently?
I've been playing a little NBA 2K14 still on the PS4. Really liking that game a lot. And then I dabbled. I can't get into Battlefield. I've got Battlefield 4. It will be my biggest regret mine for next gen. I can't do it. But we played a little Warframe the other night. Swarley did, you did, Jay, if you recall. Swarley played until he quit, and then Nubb was kind of showing us the ropes. That game was pretty fun, but I think I'm going to be done with that game. Sorry, Nubb, because I read how you have to pretty much start putting a lot of money into that game to get anywhere in it.
Untrue.
Yep. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. I was dabbling with that a little bit, and then I got for PC, I got this game Starbound, and I've been diving into that thing. It's a weird game, but I've been digging it. So that's it. 3 games on my rotation right now.
I heard Starbound feels more like Terraria, but in space. Is that true?
Yeah, never played Terraria. Everything I've heard is it's the exact same game. So if you played Terraria, maybe it is. I never played it, so yes, let's just say it's Terraria in space. Okay. It's fun. I like it. It's cool. It's very simple and pretty brainless.
That's cool. Now, I've heard that it isn't an actually complete game. It's more or less like you pay money, and then whenever they finish it, you get that.
Yeah, it's the beta right now. It's like $15 on Steam to get into it, and I think it updates a lot too. So you pretty much find yourself in a bunch of spaceships, and they drop you off in different planets. You go around, and it's there's just a bunch of resources there. You collect and you build stuff, and I know already they've changed some of the things that you build, like the things you need to make them. So you'll chop down trees to collect wood and then make those into boards, and you can make stuff out of it. And some stuff has already changed, like I guess we would call them the recipes or whatever, the schematics to build stuff. They're already changing that daily as they kind of piece together how they want the game to be overall. So I'm one of their guinea pigs, one of their test dummies as they work towards brilliance.
Well, I'm very happy that you only had to pay $15 while the game's still in progress, but you still get a gist about what they're doing to see how it's working.
Yeah, very cool. And like I said, if you're into... people say it's like Minecraft, I think, because it looks like that. It's got a weird graphic look to it. Now, this one's 2D, and you just go left to right side scroller. But it's cool, man. It's very basic, and I'd highly recommend if you are thinking about it, if you're looking at trying to get a new PC game, like I said, it's only $15. I know there's plenty of videos on YouTube that you can kind of see people play through it, and I think there's a couple even that are pretty good, just demos on how the game starts, and you can get a feel for just the very beginning of the game, see how it works, and see if that's something you'd be into. So I'd highly recommend watching those, though, before you jump in and go spend your $15.
Does sound rad to me. If I had a working laptop that'd be able to run it, I would. But let's move right along. Mr. NUBB, what have you been playing recently, man?
Battlefield, Warframe, Sound Shake your ass. War Thunder. Oh, man, that game is so sick.
We'll talk a little bit about War Thunder a little bit later.
Game is so sick. And
I watched you streaming that the other night, NUBB. That was real good, man. That game looked really, really good.
I've never had that many people watch me play before.
See, I've seen Swarley get up to about 10 on Assassin's Creed, even though pretty much everybody in the grandmother is streaming Assassin's Creed. The minute you started streaming War Thunder, I was like 100 people watching.
Right. I had 150 people just pop in like within 10 minutes of me starting it up.
10 people. I was up in the 80s on my marathon.
Oh, snaps. I was only there for like half an hour, but okay. I believe you. 80.
I had like 20 friend requests on the PSN and 10 new followers.
Start your own squadron today.
It was a pretty successful evening. I was not expecting that.
It's pretty cool. Okay. Swarley, what have you been playing recently, man?
I've been playing a little Battlefield multiplayer. Kind of hope they get their shit figured out because I love the game.
It's still frustrating, Swarley. Oh my gosh.
I haven't had it as bad as other people have reported, but I mean it's still a little frustrating.
So just how broken is it? Because
it crashes all the time.
Bill, here's what happened to me the other night. I was playing with Swarley, I believe, NUBB, and Jay, I don't know if you were in it or not. I don't think you were. And Pete was in it. Pete was playing with us. Mm-hmm. And we played, I think, 2 or 3 games, and both of them, right at the end, I got kicked off both times and never got any XP for anything that I did. And they were like long sessions. It wasn't just like I had spent 5 minutes running around and we were done. It was like 2 15-minute sessions, I think, and I didn't get XP for either session.
All I know is that my PlayStation downloaded patch today. I played a couple of games with Point Blank from VSN, signed up for the forums today. And, I mean, I don't know what the patch is supposed to do, but I'm hoping maybe they might have fixed something. Not fully, but they also said there was going to be some server upgrades going on today.
See, I see that, and then I see stuff about how they're putting in new DLC, trying to get that to work, and all the different parts and pieces you get through that. New guns, I think you like new knife skins, whatever. And then I'm hearing stuff about if you're a veteran, let's say from playing just Battlefield 3 and going into Battlefield 4 and having your same account going over, you're supposed to get like a new battle pack to go along with that. It's like new camo, new knife skin, and some gun part or whatever. Everybody that's a veteran of the Battlefield series has not seen that yet. And they were supposed to get it, I think, first month, if not first day. And that's not just pre-ordering. That's not just putting in premium. That's just, you're supposed to get that. That's not there. That's just the little things. I mean, you guys are talking about crashing. That's happened to me multiple times. I've had stuff to where people on my same team are rubber banding right in front of me on the same map, especially like Operation Locker, bad shit like that. Not being able to join games unless I do it randomly, or hopefully join one of you guys whenever you're playing, and even then, I probably won't make it into the game. So it's very frustrating, and I can understand, Bomber not wanting to play, and I can understand Pete on VSN losing his mind every time he tries to play that and saying that PlayStation sucks, Battlefield sucks, I hate video games.
He just still managed to get something like 90 hours into that game. It didn't make any sense at all.
I think rage will happen regardless. It doesn't matter what the game actually does.
I just feel bad because I know he doesn't want to play Ghosts, and this is like one of the only games he'd really want to really play, unless it was Madden.
He should get Killzone.
Hopefully that game won't be dead by the end of the month.
I think I
heard that they're supposed to be giving the multiplayer free like they did for 3, like relatively soon, like by the end of the year. So that'd be exciting.
What are you going to say, Swarley?
I think my biggest gripe about Battlefield, I mean, obviously getting kicked really sucks. I've only experienced that a few times, but what I see happening constantly is sound getting dropped. I mean, I'll just be going around, shit is going crazy everywhere, and then all of a sudden there's just no sound whatsoever except for maybe a gunfire here or there, and it's weird, and it gets highly annoying.
I thought it was only attributed to using a particular LMG, especially like if you try to do it on PC. I think it was like one of the L series, and the minute you started firing it, like the sound would immediately drop out for everybody. So I thought that was like a smallish bug, but you can still play. We've said it before on the forums. I've seen it on other forums as well. It's like they try to put this game out before Ghosts. And I'm not trying to shoot on Ghosts. I'm not trying to shoot on Battlefield, but it just feels like they really need to get that one first-person shooter out that wasn't Sony-backed out first to get the most money for. And neither of those games are complete. So, I don't know. They're launch titles, but they could have been a hell of a lot better for what they were trying to offer us.
Yeah. But yeah, other games I'm playing, a lot of Assassin's Creed 4. And just went balls deep into Gran Turismo 6 today.
Nice. So out of all the most recent racing games, is that one of your favorites?
It is. It's a very solid game so far. I don't know if I can place it yet, but I'm really liking it.
Now, I heard they had microtransactions for that game too. How bad is it for that title?
There's only like 4 money amounts you can get, and they are, I mean, the only reason you would ever need them is if you're completely lazy or have no patience.
So basically for those type of folks that don't want to play for like 72 hours during a race, trying to get one car.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're there if you are that impatient, but definitely don't have to use them.
Okay. Alright, as for myself, playing stuff recently, I got the PlayStation 4 last week, maybe a couple days before that.
Hooray!
I know, everybody's been waiting. Pretty much downloaded all the quote-unquote free games that came with it, played a shit ton of Resogun. I'm still trying to get the high score. I can't get past 5 million.
You ain't touching mine.
No,
I don't see you on War Thunder.
I don't know. I'll try to get War Thunder later, but as far as Resogun's concerned, I mean, I'm not happy with third place, but it's a hell of a lot better than being last on my friends list.
Oh, last? You're way down there. There's like 15 people on my list that are ahead of you.
You have more friends on your friends list than I do.
Do better.
Get more friends, I guess, huh? What else? I played a little bit of Contrast. It's alright. Play Warframe like Bomber said before with you guys. I dig it. The grinding on the samey maps over and over and over and over again, I don't know if I want to do that throughout the year, unless they add some new stuff to it.
I'll explain it.
The more that we play and the more that you show us, I'll probably more than be able to see more stuff that's on there. There's going to be more variants, but just for like all beginner levels, it's just
Each planet is based on a ship, or the planet itself. And you'll run through different sections of the same map, if you will, to keep doing it. Like I said, but when you go through, like when you hit Earth and you actually start touching land, you'll see a lot more different things. Earth's the second planet that you see.
Yeah, I just would like to see more stuff because I'm getting a lot of pickups and stuff from all the different chests that you can open up. And other than, add on a few powers in there, I don't really see a use for them right now. But I want to use them for later on stuff. So I'm happy that stuff's in there for me to use later. So,
they are necessary. Trust me.
Definitely. What else? Like Swarley, I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed 4. I like to get back into it, but I recently picked up a copy of WWE 2K14 and started getting into that with, was it 30 Years of WrestleMania?
You should do Royal Rumble. We're bringing it back.
Definitely. 30 Years of WrestleMania thing's kind of cool. They start from, the first one, but it's not, every single match from every single WrestleMania. It's, hand-picked out matches of these are the best things of each WrestleMania. For the first and second WrestleMania, it sucks. They get to 3, it's okay. But they got separate situations where you just play as Hulk Hogan throughout X amount of matches. Then you got New Generation stuff, then Attitude Era stuff, and so on and so forth, all the way to WrestleMania 29. Then you get a bunch of unlocked stuff. So I don't know. It plays like WWE 13. There's still online stuff that you could download. But I wouldn't recommend it to anybody unless you really, really, really need to play a wrestling game this year, since they don't have one ready for next gen quite yet. Other than that, I try to play a little bit more Battlefield. Haven't had time to do that lately, and that's about it. So. Is Bill back yet?
Negative.
Okay. Atlas, you with us?
No, Bill is actually here.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to the game.
Welcome. Okay, the specific reason we have our special guest here this evening, other than Mr. Bomber,
I don't want to be a special guest. I don't want to be called a special guest.
Well, you need to show up more.
Thank you.
Tried that out?
I appreciate it.
You want to be on the official co-host list? It's a long list.
I just want to be here pretty much as trouble, and then the other guys can be the special people. Because I'm not bringing anything special to the table today. I can guarantee you that.
All you're doing is bringing your voice.
Yeah, that's it. There's nothing to go with it.
It's okay.
It's those silky pipes, man.
Yeah, thanks.
So you could be an associate producer or something? Be on the title cards at least?
That's what I want. I want to be the associate producer. I want to be the assistant to the assistant producer.
Okay. I asked Swarley about that, but I think I'll make it happen. But like I was saying before, we brought Atlas on here because we were going to talk about the Xbox One because we went into detail about PlayStation 4 last week. I don't own an Xbox One. I know those two do, so let's talk about the system. What do you guys think about it? Starting with Bill.
So far, I think it's a really good system. Xbox Microsoft was very ambitious with what all they are attempting to do. I would say probably leaning towards the comments earlier, though, about some of the flagship launch titles being pushed out too soon. I would say that really PlayStation 4 and Xbox One should have delayed and had a spring launch. I mean, I really think there's a lot of things that are close to being baked, but they're just not completely baked yet.
I definitely see for both launches that Xbox has, this goes back to the whole fanboy argument, well, Xbox has more games that people want to play versus PlayStation might have, maybe not have better hardware, but they don't have anything anybody wants to play. I see a game like Killer Instinct, and even if you have 6 fighters to play with, a lot of people are wanting to play Killer Instinct. A lot of people want to play a game like Dead Rising 3, versus if you try to play on PlayStation 4, it's unless you buy games to play with it, you're not really getting anything out of it, unless you really like Resogun.
Everyone likes Resogun, alright?
I'm not saying nobody likes Resogun. What I'm saying is if you want to play games, you want to play an Xbox One, even for an extra $100.
Hold on, before we let Atlas talk. Xbox, Snap Pornhub. No, it didn't work.
I think he's got his headset on.
It worked. It worked. It's amazing. Okay, I'm buying one. I'm buying one tomorrow. Screw 2K.
Nice. Atlas, what are your opinions on the system itself?
So far I like it. I wasn't really expecting much. Really, I mean, I thought both consoles would have their issues, and both have had their issues. But I I'm pleasantly surprised. I figured more stuff would be wrong with it than what is, so it's always a plus. I really do like the recording feature, just being able to say Xbox record that, and it works. But then it's working right now. Everything so far, I mean, there's a lot of stuff they need to work on, but so far I think it's been fairly smooth.
Okay. Well, speaking of the voice command stuff, I've heard a lot of bad stuff when it comes to if you're trying to hook up your Xbox One to your cable box, because it won't go exactly to what channel you want specifically unless you set it that way. How do you feel about the voice commands in general on the system?
I like them. You're right about the cable box stuff, because it's really, really finicky. You have to, if it's a real, like, not ESPN, not ABC, not one of the main channels, like Boomerang or something like that, it's not going to pick it up in the voice command, so you really have to set your favorites to get it to do that. But really, I haven't used it for that. I still just pick up my controller and do it that way, my remote control and do it that way. But if they do smooth that, that'll be something that's cool.
Okay. Bill, how are you finding the voice commands?
I think for the most part they work pretty good. It's easier to turn the Xbox on than to turn it off. Seems like the failure rate for me is a little higher for turn off. That probably one of the things that I guess aggravates me the most about the Xbox is that I wish the HDMI pass-through worked with the Xbox off. I realize that Microsoft would like for you to be funneling everything through the Xbox, but maybe sometimes you just want to watch TV without your Xbox on and engaged. It's been a little difficult getting my wife on the Xbox train, but she did let me go out of town without disassembling everything. She said she would work through it, and she did. But I would like to be able to have the pass-through work when it's off.
So you find it a bigger pain in the ass to have to get up and unplug everything to get to the basic stuff without having to use the system itself?
Well, Microsoft inserts itself. It's very deep into your. You don't have to run your TV through it.
Yeah.
But so I mean that's the easy way. If you don't like it that much, just don't use it. But since Microsoft wants to be the centerpiece of your living room, it's like, well, you want to use it. Because for me, I like having that capability, the ability to snap things. Though I would like the ability to change the size of the snap window. I'd like to have a little more customization capability there to be able to move that snap window around and resize it. Maybe if we get that in a future OS update, that would be nice.
I do have a question for you. Would you guys feel comfortable leaving your Xbox on, like, really long sessions, like if you're watching TV, if you're just sitting there marathoning a show, since you have to have it on to use TV, you know what I'm saying?
I would say that I'm a little concerned about that, especially considering the failure rate of the Xbox 360. I think that's fresh in a lot of our minds. How many consoles we went through, their overheating issues that they had. I haven't really seen or heard a lot of things about overheating on Xbox Ones. I'm hoping that the engineers at Microsoft had lessons learned on the 360 and its heat dissipation, and that they planned accordingly for the Xbox One to be left on for extended periods of time, since they do want it, to be your gateway to your television. So if they did not, and you start seeing a high instance of failure, then I think people will be quick to say, "Here we go again."
Right. That's one thing that when they first announced everything was, I don't know how I'd feel about leaving it on that long. I mean, my TV's always on. I set it to turn off to sleep when I go to bed, but other than that, it's on. It's my monitor. It's my, gaming, my cable. So it would pretty much have to always be on just for me to use my TV the way that I do on a normal day. So
right.
So
yeah.
that worried me.
I share those worries.
I do too.
How do you guys feel about gaming for the system itself, though? To go on another topic.
I think Microsoft does that well. I mean, I think the Xbox, I think all of the hullabaloo about graphics at the end of the day isn't really going to mean that much. I think Xbox One and PS4 are both providing excellent graphics. I don't think that's where the issues are. I think working out the bugs of the features that they promised leading up to launch. I think they got into a big game of one-upsmanship with their weekly press conferences about what they would do with the consoles, trying to sway public opinion. Now they need a few months to deliver on everything that they promised, get everything stable. Like, for example, I know Battlefield 4 is a great game, and I've installed it, but the only time I tried to play it, it crashed on me multiple times, and so I haven't tried it again and will not boot it up again until I hear that it's working. I mean, I just don't have time I have limited time. I'm not going to waste it on something that's not a good experience.
What about yourself, Atlas? So your experiences with gaming with the console?
I haven't really run into any big issues. Mainly just the Battlefield crashing and stuff like that. But that's never.
That's on DICE.
Yeah, that's everything. That's EA, and that doesn't really happen that often. So, but played some Dead Rising 3 and some Forza and some Rise, and everything looks great to me.
You bought Rise?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I've only played like an hour. It's visually, it's stunning. I likened it to Killzone on PS4, and it is, because they're both visually stunning, but the single player is pretty crappy on both. But, it's just one of those games. Some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it. I don't really like it. It's not my type of game, but I can't deny it's a beautiful game.
Now, for a game like Rise, I know there's a lot to do with the Kinect bar itself. How do you feel about using that peripheral with the system?
The Kinect? I love it.
Yeah.
I just playing Battlefield, I can just say ammo, and it'll say I need ammo or medic and stuff like that. It's only going to get better. There's, like I said earlier, there's still a lot of stuff they need to work on, but, so far, I'm amazed at how well it works.
What about you, Bill? How do you feel about using the Kinect bar?
I like Kinect. I was a fan of the Kinect on the original Xbox. I think they've definitely kicked it up a notch. Of course, my wife is concerned that the NSA is watching her now every time the Xbox, recognizes her and says, "Hi, Stacy." She's not that amused by that. So,
hey, I want one of y'all to do right now is to tuck your elbow into your shirt and tell me how much of the Xbox reads you.
What? Oh.
Do it.
I'm all right.
I definitely.
I need this. This is valuable research.
I definitely like the fact that this gen they're pushing Kinect more for voice stuff instead of just pushing out these completely shitty games where you're just dancing in front of the TV. Because that just annoyed the hell out of me. Every E3 on the 360 for the last few years, that's all we'd get, and it was highly annoying. I'm glad they're not doing that.
Oh, I wasn't so much mad about specific games like Just Dance. Obviously, those are dancing type party games. You want everybody involved if you have a big group. But for shit like what was it, the Star Wars themed game, that was garbage. I don't know. I like you said, I really dig that they're looking forward to pushing more stuff when it comes to Connect Bar. It's not just Connect Adventures or Connectimals with Skittles or anything else like that. It's actual stuff that you would want to do, like with voice commands or with facial recognition for particular games.
Jay, are you saying you want to have a Just Dance party?
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yes, I do. I did DDR. I can do Just Dance as well.
You did DDR?
Yeah, I did.
You're a homo.
You were one of the guys at the arcade, weren't you?
Yeah.
Challenging everybody.
I had a buddy of mine that bought the floor mat we used to play on his PlayStation 2. Yeah, used to do that a lot. Aside from the things we were talking about, is there anything else that you guys think about the Xbox One?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think they've done a solid job. The Xbox team, job well done. There are some warts though for that console and for the PlayStation 4 that both of them need to address now. I think we're in a good spot headed into next gen though.
Very cool. Atlas, you have any more party words when it comes to Xbox One?
No, I agree with Bill. I like it. Not much as I thought would be wrong with it is wrong with it, and it can only get better. So, hooray!
All right, Swarley, Bomber, do you have any questions for Atlas or Bill as far as Xbox One is concerned?
Questions? No. I will mention that I finally made the purchase on Wednesday, and it is now in the mail coming to my house.
You, Mr. Moneybags.
Jeez, yeah, no joke.
Well, I sold my racing wheel, and a good portion of that went to the Xbox.
Just tapping a vein and let it go. Damn.
My question would just be: Is the friends list as weird as people are making it sound?
Yeah, it is.
What's the deal with it? Why isn't it right?
I think it's just they tried to do something different and it ended up being too convoluted to make sense. And that and the party system it's way too hard. It's harder than it should be.
Yeah, I don't know how they felt like they could improve on what they already had on the Xbox 360. I think sometimes companies want to overthink things when they should realize that they pretty much had it nailed. I mean, I don't really know what they could have done to improve, and they tried, and now it's just convoluted.
Yeah, I don't understand something as simple as like a friends list, and somehow these companies have to tweak certain things. Like with the PlayStation 4, you can have like 1,000, 2,000 plus people on your friends list, and then you try to get it to refresh. And eventually you end up on just a stack of boxes, and it will try to refresh itself all the way to the top of the list. So you can't even reach the people that haven't been on for even as much as like 2 days. It's just something dumb as that. And then I don't know. I am really looking forward to them fixing that in future patches for both the Xbox One and other stuff, though. But I am glad and happy to hear that you guys are excited about your new systems. I'm happy that Swarley is going to get his in the mail soon. And hopefully Nub will get his, and Bomber may be getting one in the future, right?
Oh yeah, I'll get one eventually. It won't be anytime soon, I don't think.
Okay. It's because Bomber went to the dark side.
Speaking of the dark side, PlayStation 4, Nub has had some time with the game known as War Thunder.
Is that racist?
That wasn't the dark side I was talking about. I was talking about PC.
I know, I've gone to the ultimate dark side.
I'm still trying to figure out if this is racist or not.
Of course it's racist. I mean, he says something to you every week. So
the dark side.
It's tradition now.
Speaking of the dark side, let's talk to the black man in the group.
You're the only person that's played War Thunder lately, other than maybe Swarley. But I want to talk to you specifically because you're the man to talk to.
This is why people don't like you. This is why you're a kill.
Are you going to talk about the fucking game or not? No.
War Thunder, though. Man, that game is so sweet. If you like dogfighting games, like I remember playing Ace Combat when it was cool on the PS2. But it's all dogfighting. I can only play in the arcade battles right now. I have to do some leveling up. But the arcade battles are set up, it's like 12 on 12. And there are these ground troops that you have to take out, first team to take out all the ground troops, or kill all the planes, take out all the planes in your opponent's hangar, then you win. But it's very easy to play. It is something that you can pick up and play. And you can just, it only took me probably 10 minutes of game time to actually learn how to do what I'm supposed to do, and basic common sense, if you see the guy you're tailing slowing down to make a turn, don't run into him. Things like that. Even though there was somebody one time I was playing, the first night I was playing, some guy, he clipped me, took out my wing. I thought he should have died, but no, my wing just gets taken out, and I crashed. It was not a fun time. But the game is so fun. It is, because like I said, it's easy to play, and the fact that it's easy to play makes it really accessible, and you can just go shoot down some planes, shoot down some ground troops. It's really cool. It is really cool. I can't wait for it to come out in the U.S. store so there'll be more people playing, because right now it's just Europeans.
So you say it's really easy. It's not like Super Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator, 1990, whatever? There
is the simplistic control scheme and the realistic control scheme. I have not tried the realistic control scheme because I don't want to just start dive bombing into the ground.
So pretty much they have a control scheme for everybody, especially for those who are super hardcore and playing stuff. But.
Right, and anyone using realistic, I'm sure they will fly better than everybody else out there.
Okay. How many planes can you play with, at least to start off with?
They give you 3 planes, and you have to research planes. And every time you play the game, every time you land a hit, you get research points. And once you get enough research points to unlock the plane, it gets added to your hangar. In your hangar, you can have, I believe, 5 planes. 5 planes, and each of those planes is a respawn in-game.
And you're able to trade out to better planes as you play throughout the system?
Right. You can upgrade planes to their more advanced planes. So maybe you'll have a plane, and then there's a second level to the plane. You research that, and you can start dropping bombs and rockets.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I know that this game is only available, like you said before, to European players. Do you find yourself having good connections as far as playing other people online?
Yeah, I've not seen any lag in that game. It would be really weird to just start seeing a plane jumping around. Chasing a plane, and then it just starts jumping around all over the place while you're trying to shoot it. Mm-hmm. It's very consistent from what I've seen so far.
And you find yourself in full library rooms though?
Well, not with the hours that I play. I think about it. I'm in America playing at midnight. That's if I'm going to make a guess, probably 8 in the morning over there.
More or less, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I'm sure if I play in the afternoon, there'll be more people. There's usually a number. There's a number on the screen that says how many people are playing at it right now. I think the most I've seen was probably 5,000.
Okay.
Which is a small number, even with it coming out in Europe and pretty much selling out. I was hoping to see more people. Like I said, I'm hoping I hope it's just the hours that I do play. And when it comes out in the U.S., more people will be played, because I've only played games, been in the games with full rooms probably 5 times. I've played about 30 games already.
Okay. One final thought on this. Now, are there microtransactions for this game?
Yes. It is a free-to-play game, but it's a game that you do not have to spend money on to play. To play and be competitive in any way, because everything is... They're not stingy with any of the stuff that you spend. You can speed everything up for the planes that you're researching. You can just buy the plane outright with the premium currency. I don't remember what it's called. There's
Lion, and then there's research points, and there's some other currency. That's the premium currency. But you don't need any of that. They actually give you some to start, and every time you complete an achievement in game, they give you more. So you really you can go and play the game and spend $0, just like Warframe.
Yeah, but Warframe, man, everything I've seen about that nub is that
no.
Yeah, well, how no?
Yes, it's a grind, but everything in that game drops. You have to get far enough. You're barely you're not even level 5, are you?
No, but I've heard you can spend like 4 hours trying to level up to like level 2.
Nope, untrue. Untrue.
Okay.
I'm leveling up my level 15 guns in over 3 minutes, and that's 3 missions, and that's 30 minutes of game time. So for you to level up to level 2, it literally should take maybe a mission and a half if you don't die all the time. How about you try living?
Yeah, Bomber.
That part I have a problem. I have a very big struggle with that whole living part.
Alright, to get back on topic though, Swarley, Atlas, Bomber.
I'm sorry to derail your show, Jay.
No, don't worry about it. We gotta move along though. You guys sound, as far as Nubb has been explaining what War Thunder is and how it plays, do you guys feel like this would be a game that you guys would want to play?
Yeah, I watched Nubb stream it the other night. I'm all in. When it comes out, I haven't played a game with planes since Sky Pilot 64.
Holy shit! That's old.
Yeah, I'm due, man. I'm due for a game with airplanes.
Yeah, I downloaded it and played a couple hours that same night that Nubb was streaming, and it's a blast. I love playing it. I definitely need to play around with the menus a little more to see what all you can do with your planes and whatnot, but man, the gameplay is a lot of fun.
Atlas, does it sound like a game you'd be willing to play if you had your hands on a PlayStation 4?
He's gonna give it.
I mean, I'll give any game a shot. And
that's untrue.
I haven't. What?
You would not give any game a shot.
And any non-Japanese artsy boofter game, yeah.
Racist.
But I mean, play Knack. Knack's too hard for you.
No, I wouldn't
Knack's
play
too hard for anybody.
That's not
5-year-olds.
See, you don't know anything. 5-year-old. The game is too hard for a 5-year-old. The game is too hard for you. You're like 50.
50, okay.
No, you're like 30. But the point is, you should have the reflexes to play that game, and you just don't. I have one hand. You're a bum.
To play Knack? Or
Yeah.
a Warfighter?
Knack?
The game doesn't interest me at all, so I wouldn't really... I mean, I'd play it if it was given to me.
You give any game a shot. I don't think you play it.
I wouldn't buy it.
Go buy it.
I don't even have a PS4 right now. What am I going to do? Put
Buy
it in
it
360?
buy it from... Yeah, trade in your 360.
Or my Xbox?
Yeah, trade it.
Xbone?
Don't trade in the Xbox. Don't do that. I'm not telling you to do that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Bomber, I haven't really played a flying game since like Star Fox or something.
Nice!
Are we talking about 64 or Super Nintendo?
That's 64. Okay. There was a Star Fox on Super Nintendo.
That's right. Atlas brings up something from way long ago.
Yeah, that's longer than Sky.
Well, that's fine. Let's keep talking about it. But if Bomber brings it up, we are going to say that derailed the show. We need to move on. We're never going to get it back. I see how it is. I see. That's why I'm not the special guest.
Look, we're all old balls here, but I'm just ripping you, okay? Calm down.
I'm sad.
I remember some old shit, okay? I'm old too. Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest on the line, but I'll keep quiet.
I'm the youngest.
We're not going to throw you in your retirement home anytime.
Who remembers flying airplanes in World War II?
I've actually played a biplane flying game, thank you very much. I can actually...
We had paper airplanes growing up, and I loved them.
Oh, I used to play Microsoft Flight Simulator when you had to boot it off of like 20 floppy disks, the 3.5-inch diskettes. So it's like it came in like a shoebox,
Did you know
and you had to load all of those.
Did you know at LSU that there are vending machines with floppy disks in them? Because I didn't know this either until I went on campus for my sister's ring ceremony. What the shit?
They have discs for everybody.
Are they with the rest of the coasters?
That pretty much this is a coaster, a coaster vending machine. Even though it's like, look, it's like
a vending machine and nothing but school supplies. There's Scantrons and all this stuff. And then in one corner, there's this row of floppy disks. And I'm like, how long have those been there?
You absolutely, definitely need to get an image file somewhere using a drive disk. Okay. Bill, do you feel like you would play War Thunder?
Possibly. I mean, I'm been looking at the portable gaming devices a lot too. I think that's going to be catching most of my time in the next few weeks. I'm going to be on the road for holidays, and I picked up one of those Legend of Zelda 3DS XLs. So that's probably going to be what I play the most in the next few weeks. But I could certainly look at the War Thunder when I get back and have some time.
Yeah, I've been hearing some good things as far as the new Zelda that's out for the handhelds. It feels like if you're playing Link to the Past, just upgraded a little bit. The rental system I thought was pretty interesting because it pretty much just tell you if you get enough rupees, you can rent every single item in the game in order to beat a dungeon. But as soon as you die, they have this thing. It's like a repo bird that comes out and takes those items from you. So let's say you're trying to use like a special shield or a bow and arrow in a dungeon and you die, that shit gets taken away from you if you rent it. So then you have to go back and go to like a specific shopkeeper to re-rent it out. So, I don't know. I've heard good things though. So I hope you be able to look forward to stuff like that too. But, yeah. Swarley, you want to talk about this week's news?
Well, something that just dropped not long before we got on cast was Bungie announced the launch date for Destiny will be September 9th.
So far away.
I was kind of hoping for a summer release since, that's kind of a dry season for gaming.
I mean, we do get an access to the beta, though. There's PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 people who get access to the beta first. So that's out there.
Suck it, boners.
Ooh. But, you guys looking forward to playing Destiny for real, so?
Oh, man. It's so far away.
Bomber, how about you, bud?
Yeah, I'm in on it. I mean, obviously, but it's like Nub said, it's so far away, man. There's a lot of games. Well, a couple games before that I'm excited about to keep me busy. But yeah, I'm all in on Destiny.
What about you, Atlas?
I mean, I'll probably end up getting it just because Pete will ask me to get it. So
Pete's getting it on PS4. What you know about that?
But that's the game. That is the game, like Atlas said. That's the game that I will be easily swayed into because I think that'll be on my friends list a lot.
Because we're hoping it's like half as good as Borderlands 2. If it's half as good as Borderlands 2,
right,
I'll be completely happy.
It's the Halo guys making it, right?
Yeah, but it's
the old Halo guys?
Yes.
So it should be really good. Hopefully.
Obviously, it's not going to be competitive with Titanfall, but I definitely dig the idea that this is going to be the game if you have a bunch of friends on your friends list. Everybody gets it. This is one of the games that you want to play. So, but like Nub said, it's far away from now. Still have time to wait for it. Bill, you looking forward to playing some Destiny?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, it's a little time between now and then.
Okay. Well, I know you really dig playing it, or if you had access to it already.
Oh, I'm ready. Space, MMO type game in space with loot, man, that's...
Right, it's all about the loot.
I know Brink won't want it.
No.
Brink doesn't like loot.
I know.
No,
He's crazy.
What kind of weird person is that?
Very weird. What else we got going on for news, Swarley?
I heard today that some people are getting... Some Xbox One users are getting duped into bricking their consoles. There's a thing out there that is like it's a step of button prompts, and what they're saying it does is give your it unlocks your console's backwards compatibility for 360 games, and what they're saying it does is give your console it unlocks your console's backwards compatibility for 360 games, and what they're saying it does is give your console it unlocks your console's backwards compatibility for 360 games, and what they're saying it does is give your console it unlocks your console's when what it actually does is take you into the developer stuff and completely just fucks up your console till it won't work.
Wait, does it fuck up the console, or does when people get into like the developer shit, does they start messing with it?
Like what I read is what eventually happens. It just gets into this perpetual reboot mode that you just can't do anything about.
Oh.
Now, who spread this false information? Was it somebody from NeoGAF?
I would have guessed it was 4chan.
No, the first person who reported it was from NeoGAF.
Of course it was.
with everything else, but no, I'm not sure who started this. Yeah, even old Major Nelson himself was like, "Hey, don't do this."
I understand the absolute need to want to use your next-gen consoles to be able to do everything from previous consoles. Like, if PlayStation 4 is able to go back and play PlayStation 3 games, I'd be all for it if there was a way to do it. But just, people are so damn gullible to do anything anybody tells them to do on the internet to get backwards compatibility. I mean, if the people who actually made the friggin' console were telling people you could do this, but really don't, unless you press a certain button, and fine. But this is like random strangers on the internet. So people are like spending $500 and losing out on that shit like that. So I just don't know. What are you going to say, Swarley?
I mean, it was pretty clear all throughout this past year that both consoles weren't backwards compatible. I don't know why these people were believing this. Dum-dums.
Yeah, but it just really, really, really needs to play an old copy of Call of Duty 4, I guess. Any more?
Got to play my Rockstar Table Tennis.
Exactly. Got to get a copy of Bully Scholarship Edition. Keep on going on that. Any more news?
VGX this weekend.
Sign up for the forums today. Different site.
Yeah, as most of us, we don't really care about the awards. Plus, we're doing our own awards show in a couple weeks. But some new gameplay coming out for some games that everybody's looking forward to. We got South Park: Stick of Truth.
The game's never coming out.
I would probably agree with that statement.
Detox status.
We're getting new Titanfall stuff, which we saw the developers tease at the Xbox launch event. Quantum Break, which we haven't seen anything about that game since E3, so that'll be nice.
I saw a GIF of some gameplay, and it looked pretty legit. I showed it to Atlas. You might not remember.
Yeah, probably not remember that. I'm sure it was great.
It looked legit. I'm not gonna lie. It surprised me. It surprised me.
Broken Age, Dying Light, the one I'm really excited for, Tom Clancy's Division,
Woot.
And The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which the trailer actually already dropped for that.
Pretty rad. I heard that what was his name from Nintendo? Reggie Fils-Aimé is supposed to show off a new Wii U game.
What do they have to show left? Are they going to come out with a Donkey Kong? That's all that's left now.
Donkey Kong comes out in February. I would. That's their next game to come out, but I would say
it's Mario Kart, right?
I'm thinking it's either going to be they're going to show Mario Kart or Smash Brothers. Because Reggie was on game trailers a couple weeks ago to show off Donkey Kong, so that's why I don't think it's that game.
So you got to think because they only cycle like 6 games.
So if they did something like new console Zelda, something, or
I think
Metroid.
I think they'll save Zelda for E3.
Yeah,
it's got to be either Mario Kart or Smash Brothers.
At this point, I would prefer to see a Zelda, but they know who their audience is, and they know the audience is willing to wait until E3 for something like a Zelda to be popped up. But for folks like us that need to see something new from them, or at least something new from their titles, we would want to see something like a Metroid, like a Zelda, like a friggin' Castlevania if you had it going on. Something.
Oh man, get a classic Castlevania, classic style Castlevania on there.
Snap!
That'd be awesome. I mean, I know we got Lords of the Shadow 2 coming out, but get a classic one on there. That'd be great.
Hell, I'd be okay with the friggin' Bubble Bobble if you had it. No?
There you go again.
But it's definitely cool that, what was it, the 7th of this month? Dropping 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, so hopefully Bomber will have some time out of his busy schedule to maybe watch 20 minutes of this. I definitely dig the fact that they are backing away from the gigantic award show type idea more towards media and social media and stuff like that through Twitter, where they're allowing folks like us to talk with developers and with talent that actually work on the games through Twitter. So who knows, we'll be able to talk to somebody like a Pisa May, maybe talk to somebody like David Cage, somebody like that, or maybe some folks from EA or
Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker. Hell,
yes.
If they had Nolan North on there for like 5 minutes, that would break Twitter.
Troy Baker is a much bigger deal than Nolan North. I don't know how many times I have to tell you this.
He just showed up this year, and
he's already taken all the way over.
Bullshit. 1 year.
1 year of everything. Think about
Nolan North's been in everything for years. Years.
Look.
Baker shows up for 1 year. He hasn't taken over.
He taken all the way over.
He's taken over for 2 games.
2? Okay. Okay, what 2 games do you know of? So I can go ahead and add on to them.
I know, this is going to be bad for you. I tried this game already, Jam. You're going to lose. I would say back out now while you have a chance. Because I'm on your side right now, but I know where you're going, and this is a bad place. Nub's going to beat you in an argument.
Okay,
never sure, but on you or your children.
Name the 2 games so I can go ahead and add to the list.
All right, was Last of Us this year?
Yes.
Okay, so he was in Last of Us. He was in Batman.
Right.
Arkham Origins. He was in BioShock.
Yep. So you've already trumped yourself. You're doing the work for me.
And Saints Row 4.
So what else was he in this year?
Saints Row 4.
Yep. He was in Saints Row
4. He was the president in that.
Right.
Nolan North was in that game as well, by the way.
Okay, as a side character. Well, no, as a second voice. He was not the way it was meant to be. But let's already start talking about what's going on next year.
We're just talking about this year, not next year.
Okay, but I'm talking about the fact that he's taking over. And he's already booked.
He's taking over for just this year.
He's Delson.
Okay.
And who knows what else. He's going to be in everything. Everything.
So one game that he's in, and then maybe a slew of others since he's the new flavor of this year.
Of the generation.
So you know that they're working on Uncharted that may or may not be coming out for this year, if not next year, if not the year afterwards. He's in that.
Watch Troy Baker come out as young Sully. Oh, snap.
I would, I'm really hoping we get to see something from Uncharted tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty rad.
Watch Troy Baker sneak his way in there, and you're like, oh, Lord. Nub was right. Damn it.
And I
crap about, 3 games, you got 1, and somehow you win because Troy Baker took over?
Troy Baker took over everything, just so you understand. He was in everything. Everything.
He's up for
that's the dumbest thing. He's up for 2 top male voices in the same fucking category. How is that fair?
It's not fair. It's not fair, but that's just how great he is.
He's just awesome. And I thought his Joker was even better than his voice acting in BioShock Infinite. He did a great job as the Joker.
He surprised the hell out of me as Joker.
I don't know. Booker's pretty good.
Look, how do you follow up Mark Hamill and do more than a serviceable job? More than a serviceable job.
I'm not going to say he did excellent. He did a good job as Joker. And a lot of the parts that were in that game as far as the cutscenes were concerned.
Racist. Just going to throw it out there because we were calling you earlier.
He did a good job, but he's no Mark Hamill when it comes to Joker.
I'm not saying the fact that he did
okay.
He did well enough to where people did not just absolutely lose their shit. Because they remember when it was first announced that Joker would be in there and it wouldn't be Mark Hamill, people lost their shit. And then Troy Baker came out and was like, "All right, I can do this."
See, for me,
I'm happy that he did okay with it. I'm happy that. Sorry to interrupt. I'm happy that he managed to pull off the part from the Killing Joke through the comic books to be super nerdy about it. He's going to have more than one game under his belt if he's going to beat Hamill.
You mean for Joker? I'm not saying he's the new Joker. I'm not saying that at all. The point that I'm saying is that the fact that he was able to do Joker, take somebody's signature, take somebody's signature role and do a good enough job to where people were able to get over the fact that Hamill's not there.
See, what I love so much about it is he was able to take one of the most popular Joker renditions of all time, which is probably my favorite version, and he was able to keep it enough like that, but at the same time, he was able to add the creepiness like of Heath Ledger's Joker. I thought it was really good. I loved it.
I won't get too much into it for spoiler territory. I'm pretty sure we spoiled Batman back a couple episodes ago. Maybe not. I didn't like the fact that he's got the guy that did the voice of Trevor, what's his name? Stephen Ogg, did a hell of a job as Trevor in GTA. And yet this guy gets two. They just stacked the deck to make sure that he would get an award.
Well, Booker's not going to win. It's down to Stephen Ogg or Troy Baker in Last of Us.
Right.
Last of Us. If he gets it for Last of Us, cool. If he gets it for anything else,
those are really the only two that are really have a shot at that award.
But we won't get too deep into more discussion about this stuff. The award show is going to be on December the 7th. Obviously, again, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Go check it out. We'll talk a little bit about it next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have more discussion about the different awards that were handed out, anything that we've seen, again, with Dying Light, with The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, with The Division. I'm very much looking forward to what else they have going on for The Division. Titanfall, obviously, and if perhaps they'll maybe do a release date that'll stick for the Stick of Truth. Who knows?
Detox.
Give me some Uncharted. Give me some Uncharted, please.
Definitely. So before we go, Atlas, Bill, you have anything else to add to the conversation here?
No. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate the conversation. Looking forward to all the games coming out in the next few months and playing the ones that are already out.
Anytime you have time and anytime we have any space on this podcast, you're more than welcome to come back.
Debatable.
I like how you make it sound like we're selective.
Might be. I'm not sure. Alex, I don't know. Alex, got anything to add, buddy?
No, like Bill, I'm glad you guys had me on. Bomber's voice sexy as ever. Nub's still a cripple.
I didn't even have to say nothing. I didn't even have to say anything to make you say something stupid. You waited all episodes to say something stupid, so I'm happy. I'm perfectly okay.
Man, he's been sitting on that for an hour. Waiting, man. It's freaking sniper.
But yeah, he might be a cripple, but he's my favorite cripple.
Oh my god.
You know what? Even with comments like that, you're still a better person than JayDizzle.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
No, come on.
Besides, you're going to buy me an X-Bone.
Oh, yeah, in that case, you
I
are.
thought you can X-Bone.
You're going to buy me one.
No.
Yep, it's going to happen.
Buy him an X-Bone. It's going to be for sexual favors. That's what's going to happen.
I got a 360 for...
And you sold it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Thank you, Bomber.
I bought
Thank
a
you. I tried to explain this to him. You don't sell your gifts.
No, you don't. I would never sell mine.
Okay. Speaking of, do you show your Seahawk land?
It's on right now. It's on right now.
Oh, see, he's a good.
I'm very.
Gifty.
Yeah, man.
Do you know how much money I paid for my PS4? And it's all thanks to you.
I
paid $22. Paid $22 for my PS4. And it's all thanks to you. See? So I don't think you should be so upset.
I'm so happy about my gift. I'll even go this far. Xbox. Is it Xbox or is it Xbone? What do you call it?
Either. I really call it
Xbox. Give Atlas a hand jibby. On me.
He's thinking of you, Bomber, when he's getting that hand G. Terrible. Okay, anyways, the end of the show. So, do you guys have any shout-outs?
No, I've had my shout-outs for the whole year, last week.
It was a very special event, let me tell you. We had to re-record it twice.
It broke the whole podcast. Yes, the shout-out broke the whole podcast.
I had to re-record it.
Audacity had no idea what to do.
It was like, holy shit, and just stopped recording.
I'll go shout-outs. I'll give shout-out to my main man, I am Medellin, who's going to be much stupider after he gets done with his current situation, which is, I believe, his wisdom teeth taken out. So
you got them drugs.
Shout out to Med. Shout out to anyone who's got a PS4. You should friend request all of us who have PS4s on the podcast. That's a necessity because we would love to play some games with you. And shout out. I would still shout out to Nub's mom, which was still probably one of my favorite Skype. Probably still one of my favorite Skype moments of all time.
Even better than me yelling at my dog.
Yeah. Oh no, your mom jumping on was by far my favorite. So still shout out to Mrs. Nub.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you.
I almost peed my pants when you yelled at
We're in LA. I'm just gonna cut you.
I'm in.
I'm just gonna cut you.
Billy, got any shout outs, bud?
No, I'm good.
All right, bud.
Alice, got any shout outs?
Fuck Pete. That's it.
I was expecting that.
What about you, Swirls?
Shout-outs to Foot Clan. It feels a little lonely without Padman in there. He needs to get back with us. Shout-outs... What?
Did he die or anything?
No,
he's slumming it on a PC.
He's just playing on PC right now, and it's sad.
PC's so fun. I'm loving it.
Aster Race.
Shut your mouth, Bomber.
I am loving it, man.
Shout-outs to all the guys who are racing right now. Apex is about to be alive and kicking with some games.
Are you guys running on Gran Turismo and Forza?
We are.
Oh, and shout out to my favorite league, the 220 that I love playing in, Bill.
We would love to have you back, Bomber.
Someday, man, someday. I'm very jealous of all of you guys who are in a league on PS4. I'm very jealous about that.
I told
that is
you,
that looks very fun.
Do you have a copy of Madden?
I'd get it as soon as I can get into a league. I can only play Seahawks though. I cannot play with any other team. I've tried it before in the league and I lose interest immediately because I feel like someone else has my squad. Someone else is controlling my guys and I just can't get to grips with it.
See, that worked better for you. That worked better for you when the Seahawks sucked. Now that they're a good team, a lot of people want to get the Seahawks now.
All the cheesers want them, and they want to use them poorly, and it just makes me sick to my stomach. I look at some of the stats, and I go, no, that's not how the Seahawks are run. Don't do that. That's not what's supposed to happen with them. So someday someone will pass away who has control of the Seahawks, and I will take full advantage.
You don't want to clean up that mess, though. I had to do that with the Saints and TGT several seasons ago, and clean up someone else's mess.
It's never a mess when it's the Seahawks. No.
Okay. I thought the same thing with the Saints.
You too. Is that
I
important?
watched the Saints on Monday night. They actually are a mess.
They're pretty bad. Let me tell you.
You're definitely going to get cut. You're definitely going to get cut.
Oh, man, bring your little plastic fork and knife over here.
You don't know too many people from the South and the knives that we carry.
No, I don't. You know what? The farthest south I've been was Memphis, and I got mugged there. So I should be scared. Yeah.
It sounds like another podcast story for another day.
Yeah, there you go. That's coming up in a future episode.
Cross fingers.
The time Bomber got mugged.
Definitely. I will say this as far as shout-outs go. Thank you, Swarley. Thank you, Nub. Thank you, Atlas. Thank you, Bomber. Thank you, Bill. Everybody here, all listeners. Thank you for being here for the podcast. I do appreciate you guys being here this evening. Listeners out there, shout-outs to Foot Clan, like Swarley was saying before. Any of the leaguers that are on VSN, virtualsportsnetwork.com/forums, sign up for forums today. Hopefully, they'll have a spot for you ready on for next gen, maybe current gen, depending if you're stuck on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Maybe they'll have something available for you, or maybe you just build one yourself. Who knows? Yeah. And looking forward to doing the next show next week whenever we talk about VGX and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. And thanks again for listening to episode 80 of Virtual Sports Network Arcade Radio Podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
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 Laters.
Smooches.
See you.